Breaking: man who took down Times Square killer just revealed huge lie the media made up about the Madman. A fearless bouncer from New York is being credited for stopping the crazed, drugged, whack job who took out over 20 people and killed one during yesterday's 3-block rampage in Times Square. Ken Bradix, 47, who works as a bouncer for Planet Hollywood in Times Square, and is a veteran himself, is being credited for saving what could have been dozens of people when crazed 26-year-old Richard Rojas drove his red Honda at a high rate of speed while mowing down people for 3 long blocks. Now of course, because the left-wing media can't let a hard-working black man, who did a heroic thing, have his time in the spotlight. They are now reporting he used excessive force on the scumbag drug murderer. They are actually saying that he punched him in the face and knocked him out. Bradix adamantly denies this allegation. From the NY Post. A fearless bouncer with more than 20 years' experience helped bring down the suicidal motorist who went on a deadly, 3-block rampage in Times Square on Thursday. Speaking to the Post just hours after the incident, Ken Bradix, 47, of Bensonhurst, recalled how he used his skills as a security guard at Planet Hollywood to subdue the crazed suspect. "Once I heard, 'Get him,' I kicked into gear and then security came out," the brute said, remembering how a traffic agent was telling people to grab 26-year-old Richard Rojas, after he exited his Honda Accord and started running around madly. "I tackled him from his left side, and we both fell to the ground," Bradix explained. "There was an off-duty police officer who also helped me hold him down on the ground, and one of the guys from City Sites, the cops came seconds later." Rojas, who was allegedly on K2, had just mowed down nearly 24 bystanders in Times Square, killing one and injuring 22 more before crashing his car into a stanchion at Broadway and 45th Street. Bradix had been outside Planet Hollywood when he spotted the Accord plowing people over. "I saw the guy careening down the street, up on the sidewalk," he said. "He crossed over 45th Street and crashed into the pole. The car lifted up, spun around and crashed down on the rear wheels, and the car caught fire." Rojas hopped out and started acting erratically moments later. "The guy got out of the car, running, screaming, not any particular words, he was just screaming and flailing his arms," Bradix said. "He was running toward me." While reports claim Bradix punched Rojas in the face and knocked him out cold, the bulky bouncer insisted this wasn't the case. "I did not knock him out," he said. "It was just exaggerated." Bradix, who has been doing security work for 25 years, told the Post he's used to dealing with out-of-control people like Rojas. "It's not normal out here. It really isn't," he said of the Times Square crowd. "So, I've gone through a couple of things, but nothing like this." The bouncer added that at the time, he was just doing what he thought was right. "I am not a hero," Bradix said. "I was doing what I hope anyone would do." As always, the left-stream American media has to prove how skewed and unethical they are. Does the above picture give you any empathy whatsoever for this murder? My bet is if Bradix was a gangbanger he would be a hero to the leftist scumbag media. It would fit their narrative better. If I would have been the lucky soul to have the pleasure of taking this scumbag out, I would have beat him to a pulp. He was drugged, but I am sure he knew the consequences and no one forced him to take those drugs. This scumbag is lucky New York has strict gun control laws against its law-abiding citizens. If that wouldn't be the case, or if this would have happened in a state like Texas or Arizona, things wouldn't have ended so well for him. It's about time we all stop trying to make everyone a victim. The only victims here are the ones who were hurt and killed by this murderer's car. Bradix is a hero and he deserves to be treated as such.